Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good morning and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for being a part of this meeting. Before starting, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Farzeen Mansha and the subject of my presentation is carbides. So I'll take your precious 10 minutes to share my knowledge. And one thing, I would like to leave questions at the end of my talk. There will be time for Q&A session at the end. So as you people know, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So without wasting time, let's get started. So let's start from the definition of carbides. What does it say? The compounds of carbon with other elements of lower or about equal electronegativity are called carbides. But compounds of carbon with more electronegative elements, for example nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen and halogens, are not called carbides. So first of all, we have to know what is electronegativity. So electronegativity is measure of an atom's ability to attract shared electrons to itself, and this occurs due to a greater charge on the nucleus, causing the electron bonding pair to be attracted to that atom. So what we learn from this definition is that carbides are compounds of carbon with lower or about equal electronegativity. And the next thing, compounds of carbon with metal or non-metals are known as carbides. So we can say that carbides may be metallic or non-metallic. So here are some pictures that I showed you. You can visualize these. These all are different forms of a carbide. Now proceed towards the classification of carbides. So carbides are classified into three types. One is ionic or electrovalent carbide, second one is covalent carbide, and the last one is metallic or interstitial carbide. So let's discuss them one by one. Ionic or electrovalent carbide. So this type of carbides are simple compounds of carbon with less electronegative elements, and this type of carbides is formed by groups 1A, 2A, 3A except boron in periodic table. So as we all know, group 1A is called alkali metal, and this includes hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Whereas group 2A is called alkaline earth metals, and it includes beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Whereas group 3A is called boron family, and it includes boron, that is exception here, and then aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So these, as we all know, that electronegativity increases from left to right in a periodic table along the period, and these elements are at the start of the periodic table, so they will have less or equal electronegativity to that of carbon. And as we all know that these are metals, for example group 1A, group 2A except hydrogen, whereas 3A is semi-metallic or metalloid. So both the conditions that were discussed earlier in the previous slides are satisfied here. One is like carbides are compounds of carbon with less or equal electronegative elements, and the second one, carbides may be metallic or non-metallic. Now if we talk about the preparation of these carbides, so these carbides are formed by heating metal or metal oxides with carbon or carbon containing compounds, for example carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and acetylene. So the reactions for their preparation is like beryllium carbide is obtained by heating beryllium oxide, that is a metallic oxide, and carbon at 1900 to 2000 degrees Celsius. As you can see this in reaction, beryllium oxide is reacting with carbon under 1900 to 2000 degrees Celsius, and this is giving us beryllium carbide plus carbon monoxide. Further, calcium carbide is obtained by heating lime, CaO, and coke, pure carbon, at 2200 to 2250 degrees Celsius. As you can see this in equation, lime is reacting with coke and this is giving us calcium carbide, that is a ionic carbide, plus carbon monoxide as a byproduct. Similarly, aluminium carbide is prepared by heating aluminium and carbon in an electric furnace. So here beryllium carbide, calcium carbide are ionic carbide. So these carbides are further classified like this type of carbide is easily hydrolyzed in water. Hydrolyzed means some reaction is being done in the presence of water and from different hydrocarbons. So ionic carbides are classified according to the hydrocarbon which they produce on hydrolysis into methanides, acetylides and allylides. Firstly discuss methanides. So this type of carbides gives methane on hydrolysis. For example, when beryllium is hydrolyzed, it gives us beryllium hydroxide plus methane. Similarly, when aluminium carbide is hydrolyzed, it gives us aluminium hydroxide plus methane as a byproduct. And this category derives its name from byproduct methane. So they are called methanides. Now it's time to discuss the second type of ionic carbides, that is acetylides. So this type of carbides gives acetylene on hydrolysis. As you can see this in this reaction, like calcium carbide is reacting with water, or we can say is being hydrolyzed, and this is giving us calcium hydroxide plus acetylene. So again this category derives its name from the byproduct acetylene as acetylide. So examples of acetylides are M2C2 type carbides, where M is alkali metal. It may be any element like hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, whatever, or Mc2 type carbides, where M is alkaline earth metal like beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, etc. and M2C6 type carbides, where M is from group 13 or group 3A, and this includes like aluminium, gallium, etc. So this is the last type of ionic carbides, allylides, and this type of carbides gives aniline on hydrolysis. For example, magnesium carbide, when hydrolyzed it gives us magnesium hydroxide and byproduct aniline. So this category again derives its name from the byproduct aniline as allylides. So here the further three types of ionic carbides completes. Now discuss the second major type of carbides, that is covalent carbides. So this type of carbides are compounds of carbon with about equal electronegative elements. This type of carbides is formed by boron and silicon. So these carbides are formed by heating oxides of boron or silicon with carbon. For example, boron oxide is reacting with carbon, and this is giving us boron carbide plus carbon monoxide. Similarly, silicon oxide is reacting with carbon and giving us silicon carbide plus carbon monoxide. So here boron carbide and silicon carbides are covalent carbides, and these are prepared by heating oxides of boron or silicon with carbon. Now it's time to discuss the last type of carbides, that is metallic carbides. So in this type of carbides, carbon atoms are present in interstitial sites of crystal lattice of matter. So in this note we have studied two terms. One is crystal lattice and second one is interstitial sites. So first of all we have to know about these terms. So crystal lattice is a structure in which atoms or ions are arranged in a crystalline structure, whereas interstitial site is a position between the regular positions in an array of atoms or ions that can be occupied by other atoms or ions. Like here carbon atoms are occupying this interstitial site. So they are called interstitial carbides, and these carbides are formed by transition metals which are present in the center of the periodic table or at the end of the periodic table as two separate horizontal rows like 3D in the center and 4D 5D that we call lanthanides or actinides. So these are transition metals and they give us metallic carbides. So these carbides are formed by heating metal and carbon. Suppose M is a carbon metal and this is reacting with carbon to give Mc type carbides. Similarly, second type 2M metal reacts with carbon and this gives us M2C type carbides. So Mc type carbides contain M, that stands for titanium, zirconium, hafnium, vanadium, niobium, tantalum, molybdenum, tungsten, thorium or uranium. And in M2C type carbides, M stands for vanadium, molybdenum and tungsten. So these all are the carbides that are included in under the category of metallic carbides. So we have studied what are carbides, their different types, then further subdivisions. Now it's time to know what's its importance and what are the uses of carbides, why do we need them. So first use is tungsten carbide is used in making tools. Second one, boron carbide is used as a shield against radioactive radiation. That's an important role. And the third one, aluminium carbide is used in preparation of methane. Calcium carbide is used in preparation of acetylene. Silicon carbide is used in furnace lining, and there are many more uses of carbides beyond this. So now I have discussed my topic. I tried my best to make this concept easiest. If you have any queries, you can ask me right now. And thank you so much for your interest and attention. Allah Hafiz.